Hello everyone, welcome back to the Minty Cactus channel. My garden, container garden, because of where I live and how many pests we have, everything is now planted. So, for the first time ever, I'm going to try to grow Rutgers tomatoes. So there's 7 pots of those from seed. And I'm also going to try to grow Brandywine red tomatoes. They're for our zone, which is 9A in southern Arizona. That is our zone. Please forgive all my stuff around everywhere. It's a mess. Anyway, tomatoes are now planted. I need to water them. The basil is still growing from last year. And I've just set these 2 tiers on here just to see how it would look. Haven't put any soil in those yet. I'm not quite done. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the rest of the tiers. Those are some onions. I expanded our container gardening this year. I put a whole bunch of them over here. Now, whoops, I apologize. There's sunshine up here in this little square patch, but not a whole heck of a lot. So they'll get some morning sun, but they won't get beaten down on like they did last year. And you can see, I also have a couple of tiers. They are well up off the ground. They are shaded better. And I think the yellow squash, straight neck yellow squash, I think are going to do a heck of a lot better over here. Last year, I had a bunch of pots just sitting next to each other on the cement. So we have a ton of brick and cement. And then I had the zucchini over here. And the roots, I think, just got baked. I really do. I think they got baked. So I moved them. I also am using this as a planter. It is a table saw, for those of you that know what that is. The 3 on top are zucchini. Those 2 are more yellow squash. Zucchini, zucchini. Onions, onions. Green onions, the bunch kind that just sprout up. Yellow squash, zucchini, zucchini, zucchini. I think that's right. I didn't. I should have written down a schematic. Maybe not, schematic's not the right word. I should have written it down. Where did I plant where? What, where, what, where? I know I planted a lot of zucchini and yellow squash together. So there's 5 pots up there. There's 2 pots there. There's 8 down here. Now, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 more pots that I could go buy soil for. And I'm probably going to need to when the tomatoes get much bigger. My pepper plants, however, are still producing and growing really well from last year. So yeah, they're still producing. So I'm good on peppers. Got plenty of babies all over the place. They're growing really well. Yeah, peppers are awesome. Had plenty of those. Got some red ones. This one's starting to turn red. The other half is not so much. See? So, now they haven't gotten very big. None of my peppers have gotten to the full size of what you see in a grocery store. There's a good size one. There's a good sized red one hanging out back here. Oh, not those 2. This one. There's another one back in there. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. And then there's these 2. They're not very big. See my hands? Now you can tell the difference. I have little hands. So the peppers don't get that big, but they sure are prolific and they grow. And like I said, they've been alive for a year. These three are not very happy. I may start these over again. However, they have a bunch of new growth on them. So I'm letting them grow and see what they're going to do. I have no idea. So this is the cactus container gardening of 2026. Peppers are growing. Basil is growing. Squash, zucchini, onions, all yellow squash over there in the shade. I forgot to show you that all of these are up on 2 layers. There's a shelf underneath and some pavers. So they're raised up several inches off the ground. I really hope that helps this year with the heat. I really do. I know that people have said that everything grows better in white pots. Well, I've got those two. And even though these are darker, my vegetables grew better in the darker lined ones than they did in the yellow. So I'm just giving them some air and letting them grow and getting them a better chance, I hope. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching my container gardening. I really hope everything grows better this year. Have a great day. Oh, and any advice? I would absolutely love. Thanks.